Hi all, update to yesterday's video regarding the solar charging. As you can see, the sun's up there, so I've moved the panel round. It comes up over there on the east, where the sky's nice and blue, and there's a plane somewhere there in the distance, if I can zoom into it with this camera. I don't know. Either way, the sun rises over there, and then when it's getting sort of like dazzly in your eyes, it's up here somewhere, and it will come all the way around. I've only got a small garden, but it attracts lots of wind, this does, so a wind turbine would probably be better. And I'm moving the solar panel around when I'm in, into the just position that it catches full sun, which at the moment is being shaded by the bushes. So I will eventually mount it on top of the wife's summer house on a bracket. That's my next thing to do. I only assembled and put it together loosely yesterday, so plenty of time to do all that. 40 watt panel, that is. The open circuit, when I got it out of the box, put it on the grass, connected a voltmeter to the end of the cable. It was something like 24 volts. That was an open. As I was saying, this is sort of a part two, if you like. When I get all the components that I've ordered, this is like a Frankenstein make-do board. It's an old picture frame, quite thick, with Rossi doing a wheelie on his motorbike, one of these 3D effect things. So I started mounting the stuff on there and wiring it at the back, and then when I've got it, all my bits and bobs, I'll make a rough diagram of how I want it to be. I've got to get a fuse holder with some fuses. I've got a main fuse in a 10 amp. I've got another fuse to put in later. What we at? 13 volts. 12.9, 13. So it's charging my car batteries, 2 of them, which I know should be really a leisure battery, but it's not. I'm not going to be pulling great ampage at the moment. I'm just experimenting and messing about, charging phones, iPads, little things. I'm not even pulling 1 amp in one go, so I know things can be made better, which there will be. Right, this is what I was going to show you. One of the outstanding items which came this morning. This is why I'm glad I didn't buy a proper control board that I'm going to buy and fit it on hinges so you can get to it, but very tiny. I'm amazed how small this is. Got polystyrene all over my hands here. That's the said item. It's very small. When you look at the picture, you think it's going to be a big beastie. 12 volt timer, and there's the instructions on it. So I think I've figured out how these. I'm not much of an electrician. In fact, I'm nothing of an electrician, but there you go. Positive minus input, positive minus output, and there's the logo and all the relevant information on the back. Can't remember how much I paid for it, but I will have a look, and then hopefully somewhere, ding, it should come up on the screen. Hang on, let's see if I can do some magic. Ding, should be there somewhere. Right, that's that. So that'll give me something to tinker about with later. If I buy one of those small circuit boards which reduces power down, I don't know the technical word for it, what it's actually called, but that's me. That's typically me, that is. Can't never remember the name of nothing. Little board reduces your voltage from 12 downwards. Then I might do similar to what Fred in the Shed's done, and use this to run some garden lights or something at a reduced voltage. So it will come in handy. I think I paid about 14 quid for it. I'm sure it was about 14 quid this was. I've ordered one item from China. The only item I've ever ordered from China. I don't know when that's going to come. And that is a circuit board that now I don't really need, to be fair. It's got a little LED display, and it's got 2 alarm buzzers on it. So it's an under voltage, or you can pre-program it to set a high voltage or low voltage, and when you exceed those 2 parameters, it bleeps. But I don't really need that. If the way I've got this worked out in my head, if I'm correct, this controller box, I've set it to 11.9 volts. So at night time, when I'm actually using the batteries, should the batteries go down to 11.9, if I've understood the instructions correctly, then it should cease and bump. It won't take any more. It should stop taking the power out of the batteries and turn itself off. I don't know if I'm correct on that, but yeah, so that's it. This might be the quickest video in history I've ever done. So this is part 2. I'll wire this in, like I say, I'll wire this in, work out where I'm going to stick it in relation to the other two, and then when the other bits and bobs come that I'm waiting for, a couple of more items I'm still waiting for, then I'll wire them in as well, and then I'll chuck up a quick diagram and then get some decent board and put some battens of wood on here and make it look a bit more professional. But I've got to tidy the entire place up, to be fair, but that's another story. That's my heater coming on despite this heat, so I'll turn that down a bit, because last night it was only 6 degrees. It's the 5th of May today, so last night being the 4th, 3 o'clock this morning, it was only 6.2 degrees, pretty nippy in the UK for this time of the year. Anyhow, as usual, thanks for watching this. Any comments, thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever. I'm no electronics whiz kid, so I can't really answer lots of questions for anybody. My technical ability is very low. But thanks for watching anyway, and I will keep you updated, and part 3 will come when I get the rest of the bits. Thank you, take care all, have a nice day.